I'm Jessie Manley-Ewald for the Highland Center for Natural History, and for today's Fresh Air Moment, I wanted to talk about the winter solstice. The winter solstice is actually coming up pretty soon. The winter solstice occurs every year around December 21st, sometimes on the 20th, 21st, or 22nd. Everybody knows that there's 4 seasons, though. There's spring, summer, fall, and winter, and we have 2 solstices, one in December and one in June 20th, 21st, or 22nd. Why does this happen? Well, it has everything to do with the relationship between the sun and the earth. The earth is tilted on its axis at 23.5 degrees. And part of the year, it's tilted towards the sun. That's summer, here in the northern hemisphere where we live, the top of the globe. Because the sun's rays are more direct, so it's warmer. As the earth rotates, it stays on that tilt, and it goes around until we get to December, 6 months later, and now it's tilted away because it keeps the same tilt. Now we're tilted away, so of course it's cooler. The sun's rays are less direct. And then it comes back around again to June. There is a way that we can actually track this and see it happen. Let me explain. Just like I have this stick stuck in this small globe, you can go out into your backyard and take any stick. It does not matter the size, adapt it to the space that you have. My stick's pretty small here. Put your stick in the ground. Make sure that it's secure and stays vertical, and then leave it there. Every week, you're going to come out and you're going to look at the shadow it casts at noon, or at least the same time each time you check. I choose noon. I notice that the end of the shadow is over here, right there. So I'm going to place a rock at the end of the shadow. Next week, I'm going to come out on the same day, same time, and I'm going to look where the tip of the shadow is then, and I'm going to put another rock. If I do this every week faithfully, I'm going to notice that there's a pattern in the rocks that I lay down. The shadow tip is going to move. Here it is in December. It's going to move down January, February, March, April, May, June, summer solstice, July, August, September, October, November, and back to December. The reason for the change in this tip of the shadow is because of this tilt. You are recreating what you see here on a smaller scale. It actually shows the different position of the tip of this stick to the sun, just like yours. This is called a gnomon that you've created, and the gnomon casts a shadow, and the pattern that you create with your rocks over time is called an analemma. And an analemma is the diagram that actually shows the movement of the earth around the sun. We have the winter solstice because we're tilted away, and so the sun is lower on the horizon to us, as demonstrated by the stick, and so that casts a longer shadow. As the earth moves around the sun and gets into summer, the sun moves up into the sky and appears higher to us, and so it will cast a shorter shadow. Hopefully, after a year, you will have a really nice diagram of the great movement of the earth around the sun. How fascinating. Thanks so much. This has been Jessie for the Highland Center for Natural History. Fresh Air Moment.